Hello and welcome back to the Watford Way for your Luton Town versus Watford match preview. It's not often Luton Town and Watford play each other, especially in recent years. So yeah, really looking forward to this game. But before we get into the game, can I just say, I hope you guys are liking my new trim. Hairdressers are obviously now open in the UK. So as soon as I opened, I was down to my local hairdresser. And yeah, I'm actually really relieved to get my hair cut because it was getting really long. And yeah, I'm sure some of you guys haven't actually seen me with really short hair, but here you are. I hope you like it. So back to the game anyway. So obviously it is Luton Town versus Watford. It is away from home, of course, at their ground. Obviously, we all know what their ground's like. I don't really need to go into too much detail. But yeah, it is, of course, going to be a tough game, regardless of where Luton are on the table. Luton could be in League Two and Watford could be champions of England, and it would still be a tough game if we played each other. So I'm not beating around the bush there. It is going to be a tough game for Watford. But that's if we make it tough for ourselves. And obviously, I'm sure the players are G'd up for this game. I'm sure Xisco's G'd up for this game because you've got to remember the last time we played Luton was actually under Vladimir Ivic, wasn't it? We obviously won 1-0. It was through João Pedro. And actually, towards the end of that game, I remember, I think that was the game, Troy Deeney returned from injury, obviously. He'd come off the bench. I think he was only on for like 3 or 4 minutes. And I think it was Norrington Davis for Luton. I think he threw the ball at Jeremy Ngakia as he was about to take a throw in. And Deeney kind of come up behind him, gave him a little bit of a shove. So yeah, that was really good to see. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this game. I'm sure Troy Deeney, albeit he is injured now, I'm sure he'll be in the dressing room for this game, kind of reiterating to the players, it is a big game for the club. All of our fans are looking forward to the game. All of the Luton fans, I'm sure, also want to kind of stop us in the race for promotion. And I know them guys have been looking forward to this game for quite a while, actually. I mean, obviously their season is a bit of a nothing season now, if you think about it. They're not battling against relegation. They're not fighting for promotion. They're kind of in that mid-table area where really not a lot is actually going on. So for Luton fans, this is quite a big game for them, and they've been looking forward to this for quite a long time. But enough about Luton. I don't really want to be talking about them. I want to be talking about Watford. And yeah, in terms of our promotion battle, regardless of our opposition, every game now is a huge game for us. It is going to be tough. And yeah, hopefully we can get the win. In terms of how we're going to line up for the game, Watford today, as I'm recording this video, did release a little bit of an injury update on a couple of players. Nathaniel Chalobah and William Schuster-Kong are being assessed before we play this game. Hopefully they'll both be back. But if they're not back, I maybe would like to see a Ben Wilmot come in for William Schuster-Kong, because Ben Wilmot's not really been given a lot of opportunities this season, and what a game to come back into for Ben Wilmot. So if Schuster-Kong can't make it, I'd like to see Ben Wilmot play. But I think that segues me nicely into how I would start the game. If I was Xisco, if I was a Watford manager, how would I line up? Now, of course, in goal, you obviously have to start with Daniel Bachmann. Absolutely superb since he come in for Ben Foster. Obviously, Ben Foster got injured. What was it? Start of January now. Middle of January he got injured. So he's been out for quite a long time now, Ben Foster, and Daniel Bachmann's done absolutely fantastically well since he's been here. So no qualms about that. Daniel Bachmann in goal for me against Luton. Right back, it's got to be Kiko Feminier. I think Kiko's partnership with Sarr especially kind of makes him undroppable, actually. I mean, Jeremy Ngakia, what a backup right back to have. Firstly, Jeremy Ngakia, a fantastic player. But I think Kiko this season has shown why he should be starting for Watford, every game possible. Into the centre-back partnership, as I just mentioned, Schuster-Kong is going to be assessed before this game. If he can't make it, I'd like to see Ben Wilmot come in for him. But if Schuster-Kong can play, then of course it's got to be that same partnership of Francisco Sorielta and William Schuster-Kong. Out at left back, again, no questions about it really. Ashraf Lazar is kind of our backup there just in case we need him. But I think Adam Messina should be starting every game for Watford. Into the midfield area now, and obviously I did also mention that Nathaniel Chalobah did pick up a small knock in our last game. Hopefully he should be back, because that didn't look too bad. But if Chalobah's not back, we do have options there, and maybe I'd like to see Carlos Sanchez get a start. I thought when Carlos Sanchez has come on, he's done so well. I actually tweeted it on my personal account the other day that I actually disregarded the signing of Carlos Sanchez when he arrived, but since he's played, he's really, really impressed me actually. So if Nathaniel Chalobah can't play, I would love to see Carlos Sanchez in a midfield three of Sanchez, Hughes, and Zinkernagel. Onto the front three now, and I think this pretty much picks itself. There is a little bit of debate on whether Sema should play, potentially whether Pedro should play, just because Pedro's not scored for such a long time. Sema is a bit iffy at the moment, I would say. But I think the front three, you have to keep the same, and it's got to be that Sema, Pedro, and Sarr front three. And of course, Sarr got the 2 fantastic goals against Reading. They were such good finishes, really, really good. And I think that takes him up to 12 goals now this season, which is a good total actually. So congrats to Sarr, and hopefully he can keep up the form for the rest of this season. Now, in terms of my score prediction, it is a Luton Town versus Watford game. Of course, I've got to predict a Watford win, of course. And if none of you are predicting a Watford win, you are not Watford fans. I'm joking. But seriously, Watford should be winning this game. The quality of player we've got. Obviously, we are playing Luton Town. It's going to be a feisty game. I'm sure there'll be a few tackles put in that may be maybe a bit dodgy. But apart from that, we should be getting the win, as long as we don't lose our heads. And that's the key thing. We cannot lose our heads in this game. Every game we play now, we just need to get 3 points from. Because we're playing Luton Town, if we win it, it doesn't mean we get more points. It's still 3 points. So we've just got to keep calm, keep composed, and fingers crossed we can get the win. So I'm going to go with a nice, easy 3-0 to Watford. And who's going to score? Maybe Andre Gray against his former club if he plays, but I'd love to see Pedro getting a score sheet, and of course I'd love to see Sarr getting a score sheet as well. So 3-0 to Watford for me. Let me know your score predictions in the comments below as always, and I hope you guys are looking forward to the game. I will also be doing a watch along for this game, so join me at 12:25. We'll go live 5 minutes before the game. And we'll take you throughout the whole game for the whole of the 2 hours. And hopefully you guys can join me for that. And hopefully, fingers crossed, it should be a good one for us to watch. So thank you very much for watching. Please hit subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll catch you on a channel very, very soon for our live match watch along for Luton Town versus Watford. Bye-bye, guys.